Hello, my name is Tom, and this is my digital short for my PhD research project, Young People, Violence and the Everyday Co-Production of Geopolitics in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. As you can see here, this is a video of me playing PUBG, that is, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, rather badly, I must add. But anyways, I digress. What interests me here, and hopefully what you can also see here as I play through this game, is some of the ways in which the ludic, the technological, and the geopolitical all come together in these video gaming assemblages, produced through playing virtual war in these liminal spaces of Battle Royale video games. And also the ways in which young people are entangled in these everyday violent processes. As such, this project is grounded mainly in the inter-subdiscipline of popular geopolitics, although it does connect to other bodies of scholarship too, from game studies and critical military studies, to the social and cultural geographies of play, and indeed, perhaps most fittingly here, digital geographies, especially in relation to its engagement with both assemblage and post-phenomenological thought, as found in the work of geographers and other scholars like James Ash. However, the main thrust of this project here comes from Dittmer and Gray 2010, who, following feminist and other critiques against critical geopolitics, more widely for its overwhelming abstract focus on representation, text, and discourse, have called for popular geopolitics to better engage with the everyday ways in which people live geopolitics. In doing so, this project will connect with literature around the political geographies of children and young people by considering them as active geopolitical agents to better understand the ways in which they are involved in the co-production of these ludic assemblages through everyday, violent, and creative and playful practices of video gaming. It will also look at the social effects of engaging in these practices of geopolitical co-production that young people must then negotiate in their everyday lives. To do so then, to attend to this complexity and the more than human qualities of these processes, it will follow an assemblage-based approach, in line with broader developments in geography as the discipline turns once again to matters of materiality. Chiefly, this project will follow and add to Dittmer's own reading of the London assemblage, which itself comes from the French philosophers Deleuze and Guattari. Here, we'll build on some of Dittmer's more interesting notions, like the idea that popular culture itself is an assemblage, a doing. As such, then, this project, through a qualitative ethnographic approach, will attend to different aspects of these geopolitical ludic assemblages. For instance, it will use semi-structured interviews to look at how young people engage with these games and politics in their everyday lives. It will use gaming interviews, as in talking to young people while playing these games with them, to account for the effects, technologies, and more than human nature of these practices of video gaming in the mass multiplayer last man standing game mode of Battle Royale games like PUBG. And finally, there will be participation observation in digital spaces, and hopefully in the future also non-digital spaces. Although again, the distinction here is blurry. I think that is important to add. But basically, places where the gaming community interacts, such as internet forums, game live streams and events on platforms like Twitch and YouTube, and also hopefully gaming venues and cafes. By doing so then, it looks to illuminate the ways in which young people are co-constitutive of the geopolitical assemblages that emerge in their everyday lives, and thus raise the potential for a less violent, more hopeful, and more playful future. Thank you all for listening to my short.